buckets.
I'm gonna go on there with a burner account and just write very shitty in comment.
That'll get the comment train going. Then we'll get more comments.
Like when I commented on our Jecll Studios account on our Fantasy Cast episode, voting for myself, and then on my account with my name, I agreed.
Yeah, she's terrible.
I did that.
Oh, that was fucking hilarious.
Now for our feature presentation.
You guys, I'm terrified.
Of?
All these spooky, scary movies we've been watching. It's October. We're bringing the horror right to you all month long. Spook season is in session, and we are watching all of them. Today, we're going to talk about The Evil Dead. It was released in the 80s. We can assure you in the 80s.
Early 80s for sure.
Pretty sure 81, but the internet also says 83. I'm waiting for Sam Raimi to get back to me. I don't think it's going to happen. But one of those 2 years is when this movie came out. Sam Raimi's the director. Usually I defer to Tyson for that, but I've already mentioned him, so I'll just let you guys know now. It's not like an insider secret thing.
I can tell you what he did.
What did he did?
He did the Spider-Man movies, the early 2000 Spider-Man movies.
With Tobey Maguire.
With Tobey Maguire. He also did Drag Me to Hell, The Quick and the Dead, and For Love of the Game. And he's produced and written for a lot of movies. He's very prolific in the film industry.
Is anyone in this movie? Are there actors?
Yeah, there is.
Who do we have in this movie?
The only one of note is Bruce Campbell. But we also have Ellen Sandweiss, Richard Demanicore.
That guy.
Richard
Demanicore.
Sorry,
Richard.
Betsy Baker and Teresa Tilly. Or Theresa Tilly. I don't fucking know.
It's probably Teresa.
No.
Safe bet is that it's Teresa.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell is pretty much the only one who actually did things other than this movie, pretty much. The other actors and actresses did some things, but nothing noteworthy.
Yeah. So, Evil Dead is about a group of friends that go out to a cabin in the woods.
Trying to have a fun time.
Just trying to have a good little hootenanny out in the woods.
Mm-hmm.
You know, do what friends do in the woods.
I believe this is the original Cabin in the Woods movie.
Could be.
Might be.
Yeah, could be. Possibly.
Might be.
Mayhaps.
I
love that word.
It's a good word. But they discovered that the land is haunted. Is that what it is?
It's like possessed, I guess.
By
Kandarian demons.
Kandarian demons. I wanted to say Sumerian, but I knew that wasn't right. They find the Necronomicon. They find some very eerie tapes. A woman has relations with a tree.
The tree has relations
with a woman.
Good point.
With no
against
consent.
her consent.
Good point.
Yeah.
We need to specify. This was a non-consensual relationship that a tree engaged in with a woman in with.
Mm-hmm. That sums it up.
I have a hard time with English.
Force the woman into.
True. Yes.
In which the woman was
Violently.
forced into.
Yeah.
In which to do long division.
In which to do long division.
And all hell breaks loose. They get possessed by the not Sumerian demons. Kandarian?
Kandarian, yeah.
I don't think that's a real place. Unless it's Kandahar? That's a real place. And then there'd be No, I don't know, man.
I think it's just Kandarian.
I'm not convinced.
They're Kandarian demons.
Let me know in the comments down below how shitty I am at geography, as well as the English language. So instead of a fun trip to their terrifying cabin in the woods, they end up getting possessed, and Ash has to kill all his friends, everyone that's close to him.
Basically.
So your typical trip into the woods. You have to kill everyone that you've ever loved.
I'm very impressed with how quickly these possessions changed their physical form.
Mm-hmm.
It was quite sudden.
Well, I think the way I'd explain it was that the trauma of the demon entering your body is so bad that it does that shit to you. So
I would also like to talk about the demons for a minute, because I feel that it's pretty plot hole-ish. How exactly did the demons pick who was possessed? Because it seemed like it was through some sort of affliction. Because the first one possessed was the tree lady.
mm-hmm.
Lady Tree, if you will. You shouldn't. It's terrible. But she was the first one. And then it was everyone that got injured by the demon was also possessed.
Well, you don't see Shelly get possessed. You just see her in the room, and then the fucking first person demon camera busts through the window while she screams, and then next time you see her, she's possessed.
Shelly
was the one that got chopped up with the axe.
So, but was she not injured by the Cheryl?
No, that was the other chick, the one who got stabbed in the ankle.
See, I
That was the other
missed
chick.
that. Then that's my fault, because I thought that each one actually had damage inflicted by a demon. Because I knew that the girlfriend lady got stabbed in the cankle area,
Mm-hmm.
and Scott got the shit kicked out of him.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess that's not as much of a plot hole then. It still does not make any sense to me that Ash was the only one not possessed.
I think it's because he's got like a natural resistance to it. In the second movie, he gets possessed, like pretty much immediately. So I'm not spoiling anything.
Spoiler.
But you know how he doesn't have a hand
Yeah.
in Army of Darkness?
Yeah.
That is what happens to him. He
Yeah.
gets possessed, and then he like fucking sees the morning sun and shit like that, and then the fucking demon leaves, and then his hand gets possessed.
Idle hand style?
Yeah.
Does it kill his girlfriend and his best friends?
No.
Oh,
They
he already did that.
Yeah, they actually retcon a little bit of the story in the second one. So,
Sorry.
but we're talking about the first one.
Yeah.
First one's the scary one. The
Yeah.
horror film. The straight up horror movie. Whereas Evil Dead 2 is horror comedy, Army of Darkness is more comedy than horror.
There's a lot of this movie I did not get because I was cooking for a lot of this movie.
Yeah, guys, sorry. We have lives outside of movies.
But from what I caught, it was not what I was expecting it to be, because I think I saw part of the sequels, I thought it was like a straight up zombie film.
Yeah.
But to find out it was like possession, and that like inanimate objects, including the house, were able to be possessed,
Mm-hmm.
was just insane. An interesting take on it.
Yep.
But weird.
What was the budget of this film?
The budget was probably the lowest we've actually reviewed so far at $350,000. So sub $1 million.
Incredible.
Mm-hmm. It actually grossed $2.4 million. Yeah, its opening weekend was in Spain. It earned 110,000 euros. So.
Even that's really not that bad for how much they spent on the movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's 121st in domestic box office. I think that's probably the lowest that we've done, but
Mm-hmm.
For an indie movie?
yeah,
To be
Indie movie was
on-
pretty fucking good.
I'm not knocking this movie at all.
Did well for what it is.
Mm-hmm.
what was your favorite scene?
I think when the demons were trying to, like, trick Ash by unpossessing, seemingly, and then repossessing, that was some creepy trickery.
Some tricky crippery.
Indeed.
I
And
agree.
his terrible, terrible grave digging skills.
Yeah, he does not dig a good grave.
No, he does not.
I nominate the Grinch. Thought that a lot of the disembodied spirit scenes were really cool. Shit, I just had one. And I mean, I think my feelings for claymation have been made pretty clear. So the claymation-y bit at the end, I also have a lot of respect for that. But I think my favorite stuff was just what Sam Raimi was doing, like artistically with the camera and those kinds of things, like amazing. I didn't even think about the thing with the possessing and unpossessing. That, yeah. So it's just like dark and really fucks with you too.
Some trickery.
I didn't even ask. Would you recommend this movie?
Well, that's when we do the scores and recommendations. We're on favorite
I'm not
scenes.
even in the right spot. Have I done a podcast before? Tyson, what's your favorite scene? Jesus Christ.
My favorite scene is when Ash is all by himself, just bunkering down the house, and it shows him like fucking. You can see he's cracking and everything, and just like a lot of the camera angles and shit that they use. And when he comes up to the mirror and he puts his hand through it, and shit like that. That whole entire scene is fucking awesome. I love that scene.
It's a good scene.
Mm-hmm.
Let's try this again. Score of the movie, and would you recommend it?
Didn't even think of a score. I think I'd have to go. It's not one I would seek out to watch, but it's not one that I dislike in any means. I might go at a 7 out of 13.
Would you recommend it?
Yeah, I would recommend it to somebody.
So, as a movie, I think that this movie's only okay. But the amount of work that Sam Raimi and what's the other guy's name? Not Bruce Campbell.
Rob Taper.
Thank you. But also Bruce Campbell. The amount of work that those three guys put into getting this movie made, and then when they were making it, the amount of work that they put in making it, and then obviously their specific vision, absolutely incredible. Mm-hmm. So I would give this movie, just for like the respect for the craft of making a film, I would give this movie a 9 out of 13. I think this movie was incredible. I don't think anyone has ever worked as hard or loved a project as much as they loved this project. Mm-hmm. I consider myself someone that likes the process of making a movie. You have to just be moved by everything they did to make this movie. Yeah. And I mean, I'll go into that more when we get into the fun facts, but I absolutely recommend it if you like movies. Like, the story's not perfect. The side character acting isn't perfect. Bruce Campbell overacts a little bit, but he also acts his ass off. Mm-hmm. Like, this movie is not at all perfect, but if you like a movie, like if you like movies, I 100% recommend this movie. How about you?
I am probably completely fucking biased towards this movie because this is one of my favorite movies of all time. And I agree with like everything you said. But I'm going to give it a 10 out of 13 because I'm completely fucking biased.
Same with me on Hocus Pocus. It's fine. It's okay.
And also because this is one of the movies that got me to love movies, is because just the camera angles and the practical effects, you know, the after edits with the audio and shit like that. I love everything about this movie.
Yeah.
One of my favorites, made me love movies. I always recommend it. They're like, oh, you like horror movies? Watch Evil Dead. I mean, this is a cult classic. It spawned 2 sequels, a TV show, a video game, a bunch of other shit. I mean,
I played the iOS app for hours.
yeah.
That's not a joke. Like, I loved it. It just got kind of repetitive. It's like a wave survival game. It doesn't matter.
But I love Evil Dead.
I grew up watching the sequels, like, almost every weekend. Not by choice, just like a family friend kind of thing. Was always watching them.
Yeah.
And I never really cared for them, but I was also young and wasn't really paying attention. I still couldn't really accurately describe those movies, but I could tell you that I see why this is a movie that made you love movies. It's so pure, and it just, I mean, they worked their ass off for this project. Mm-hmm. And I mean, a lot of the movies I watch are big budget movies, and that's not a shot at big budget movies. They work hard. They're awesome. Yeah. But this is someone's, like, a passion project. Like, they put everything on the line for this movie. And, I mean, it's not perfect, but it's so pure.
A lot of creative in some of the works that they do as well.
Mm-hmm.
The undelicious oatmeal.
The green oatmeal. Mm.
Green oatmeal. I actually read today that it was creamed corn, though.
Either way.
It looked more like oatmeal to me,
yeah.
But I did read today that it was cream corn, dyed green.
I do love cream corn.
I also love cream corn. It's good. It's good.
Yeah. Carly, do you like cream corn?
I don't.
You motherfucker.
I do like oatmeal.
I don't.
We can agree. Oh, you motherfucker.
Fruity and cream oatmeals, like peaches and cream, strawberries and cream, but that's about it. No plain oatmeal, no
Cinnamon sugar.
Cinnamon brown sugar. The dinosaur egg oatmeals were somehow delicious. I don't remember what flavors those were, but they were amazing.
The dinosaur flavor.
They were like regular oatmeal flavored and then like a shot of sugar flavored.
Probably. I like those, but I think it's probably just because they had dinosaur eggs.
Those were pretty dope. Not gonna lie. Just like the fucking dinosaur SpaghettiOs. Yeah.
If you're Carly, dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Dino chicken
nuggets were awesome. I also got the fucking dino fries. They're shaped like dinosaurs. It's the same as the dino chicken nuggets, but they were dinosaurs as well. You know those fries that are shaped like smiley faces?
Oh, okay, yeah.
It was like that, but dinosaurs.
Gross.
Fun facts. We got some facts, and they're fun.
Fun facts.
They're facts, and they're fun.
Yeah. I'm going to let... I have a couple. I'm going to let Tyson carry most of the load on the fun fact stuff, just because there were so many fun facts. I didn't want to sit there for an hour reading fun facts and combing through and picking them. So I took a couple down. I'm going to say what I have, and then I'm going to let Tyson say some of the shit he was saying while we were watching the movie. I have a fun fact. Sam and Bruce have been friends since high school and have been making movies together since then. They would frequently work with Sam's brother Ted. Sam's brother Ted. And Bruce just kind of became the actor because he was the one that girls wanted to look at. So, there you go. When they were making this film, when they'd finished making the film, they were trying to sell it. They actually showed it to Stephen King, and it was his glowing recommendation that helped make the final sale, as well as the part of the marketing campaign for the movie. Ted Raimi would frequently stand in for actors on the film when they were too busy or preoccupied with something else to finish their scene. And I kind of already talked about this, but obviously Sam had his vision for this movie. The amount of work that Sam and Bruce in particular put into this movie, when Bruce wasn't in a scene, he was setting up the next one so they could move right to the next scene. He was always helping Sam set up the cameras. He took out huge loans against his property to pay for the movie. Like, those are the kinds of things that I mean, where they really did everything they could for this movie. There was nothing but this movie. Nothing else mattered. And that's the kind of commitment and love for a project that I was referencing that I really respect.
I could see some sort of like Joy style documentary movie about the making of this movie. That'd be dope.
I would watch that.
I would watch it.
I expect my check.
Because, I mean, they went through everything. It was fucking freezing. They had shitty equipment. And they just kept grinding it out. And they got through it. Many respects. One like equals one respect. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
I guess just that I had a bunch of shit. There's a few interesting things in the movie. They're kind of like, I want to say nods to the production crew. Like the two hitchhikers on the road when they were driving past were Sam Raimi and Rob Tapert. And then the recording of the dude speaking, I can't remember what language it was, but he's saying Sam and Raimi are the hitchhikers that were on the road in that language. That's what he's saying. This is from memory,
meta.
so I might be wrong, but some interesting things.
Yeah.
Also, this movie was made over a few years. So you'll notice sometimes in the movie, like, hairstyles will change and shit like that. Especially with Scotty, like, you'll notice, like, in the beginning parts, he's got kind of longer hair. But when he comes back from the woods, he's got shorter hair. I thought that was pretty funny. The tree rape scene actually had to be taken out for it to be shown in theaters because it's a tree rape scene.
Stands to reason.
I think in one of the scenes you can see a fucking moon is actually just superimposed into the image. It's not the actual moon, it's just a full moon superimposed, and you can see the fucking border of the image.
Oh my god.
That was fucking
I
funny.
love it.
When possessed Cheryl is her hand is in the door. They actually had one of those blue latex gloves, just makeup and everything. And when Bruce Campbell hits it a couple of times, you can see it bulge, and you can see the blue parts between the makeup. That's pretty fun. Yeah, other than that, I can't really remember much. Yeah.
I missed it for some reason because I actually wrote it down for the banner part. Scott is a fucking lunatic. He completely ignores a woman's cry for help. Not cry for help, but completely ignores a woman saying that she was attacked by a tree.
Mm-hmm.
He points a gun at a man. He's just completely erratic and untrustworthy. He doesn't look where he's driving, almost kills them in the first 2 minutes of the movie, and then blames Bruce's car. Ash's car, technically. Like, he needed to be medicated. Psycho. Complete lunatic.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're done here. We are leaving. We are finished.
We're flying away.
Find us. The gram, the twit, the book, the tube. Jecll Studios. Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell button. All of those things that you do for the people that you like, you should do for us.
Because hopefully you like us.
I don't see why you would. We have the Jecll Studios main page for YouTube. We have How About This Movie, which is where you're at right now. That's how you found us. And we're also going to be with the Oktoberfest Spooktilla Dooktilla Spectacular. Going to be playing scary games all through the month of October as well.
Make us spooky dookie in our pants.
So spooky content galore for you guys. So definitely check that out. That's what I've got. So thanks for watching. Comment. Tell us what movies you want us to watch. We will see you in the next video, which is going to be Halloween. It's not on my list. I don't know why I looked. Halloween's the next one. The Rob Zombie Halloween. So 2007, I think. You'll know when I know. Thanks for watching, and as always, join us.
Join us.
Yeah.